Hello everybody, boys and girls, lords, ladies and gentlemen. This is of course the great and glorious, soon to be famous one day, Nick Dutch, back on the camera again one more time. Great to see you. Totally knackered today because it's been hot. I didn't want to take any calls. I thought I'd have a day off, and instead I started cleaning, and fatal. You know, I ended up getting a bit obsessive about the whole thing, and now I've done the entire bathroom, tip to toe. You know, the whole thing is sparkling. And I've done my whole kitchen, and on top of that I've done tons of ironing, and I've done a massive washing load, and I've basically just like, for a day off, I've been busy. I could bore you with that crap all day long, but anyway. This is an interesting private message which has come through from a particular inquirer. It's kind of subject related, but in a certain way, but I just want to go into this private message and what it's basically talking about, and try and provide some points of view. Now, this is just some points of view. It's not me turning around to you and saying, oh, you know, I know absolutely everything about this. Because, of course, you know, some things when it comes to interpersonal, reactions, that sort of stuff, it's a little more difficult. It says here, first of all, I want to say that I enjoy your videos about their unending capacity to give food for thought. Keep up the good work. I shall. I was wondering if I could get your opinion on something that's been running through my head the last couple of months. Up until about 3 or so years ago, I was single and spent most of my free time in investigating spirituality, the paranormal and occultism. Good choice. My job at the time had me working into the late evening and weekends, leaving me in long stretches of almost monastic levels of solitude. This greatly advanced my progress and allowed total freedom without worry of imposing myself upon others. After spending years like this, I met a woman and we will be married come this October. Congratulations and celebrations. Well, that's enough of my lousy singing for the moment. Anyway, while I'm elated that I've met someone, I find that my spiritual pursuits have taken the back seat. It always seems I'm too pressed for time or lack the motivation to invest myself in a ritual or even basic meditative devotional practices. While I originally prided myself on maintaining a skeptic's approach to occult practice, I find myself crippled with doubt, despite the benefits I have perceived earlier in my practice. Really, despite her complete support and encouragement in pursuing my interests, I sometimes feel like I'm embarrassing her with all those books on magic and occultism hanging around the place when she has friends over. To keep it short, how does one balance spiritual pursuits with the other more mundane aspects of life without sacrificing one for the other? You got a couple of issues there, old chap. Firstly, obviously, big, congratulations and celebrations. You found someone that you love and you want to spend time the rest of your life together. That's totally cool. You said here, while I originally prided myself on maintaining a skeptic's approach to occult practice. But then you say, I find myself crippled with doubts. Where's the contradiction there? If you got a skeptic's approach, you will be full of doubts. Okay, and you will get strange experiences, because you said, despite the benefits I have perceived earlier in my practice. I don't think they are benefits. I think those are things which have just happened. Those are strange experiences by my humble opinion. So, having doubts is a good thing. Have them, enjoy them. Doubts are good because they give you another perspective. I mean, when you're totally into like your meditation and weird stuff and bam, something seems to appear, then, that's great. But after the experience, do doubt it. That's healthy. Okay, what's wrong with doubting? It stops you from being a person who goes around, being terrified because there might be spirits everywhere watching you. Yes, like a total mad person. And yes, I didn't used to know people who were like that. So, having these doubts is a good thing. It's wonderful. It keeps you being normal. You can get on with life and meet people and have fun and don't worry about stuff. And as far as having all the books on magic and occultism hanging around the place, well, there is something special and very magical which you can do with those books. You can put them in a cardboard box and sellotape it up and shove that under your bed. And then when you need to return to it to pick a, go back to your, exploration into weird stuff, you take the cardboard box out, You undo the sellotape, or you take a little, cheap penknife and cut it open. You open the box, you find the book you want, you read it, refer back to it, whatever. Then put it back in the box and take the box back up again and shove it back under the bed. It's quite simple. Okay, don't worry. You don't have to have, you don't have to have whopping great, images of Baphomet everywhere and the bloody great posters of pentagrams and Aleister Crowley's magic in theory and practice with a couple of black candles either side and a little goat's head made out of bronze sitting there like, or yeah, I mean, come on. Put all that stuff into, or have a cupboard. Okay, go to IKEA or go somewhere they sell really, really cheap flat pack furniture, okay, and get a special cupboard which is big enough to put everything, or get a wardrobe and put in lots of little shelves. Alright, and you can have that as your special weirdo cabinet and you put all your weirdo stuff in it. And then no one need even look in it. You can even make it really, really spooky through having like a padlock on it and a little sign saying keep out, just to make people wonder what's inside, and then it becomes a talking point in parties, No, I keep all my really strange things in there, Yes, I do. Yes, yes. Do you want to see? I'll only open the cupboard at midnight. And then you open this up and there's just a few amethysts and a couple of books. And then people say, okay, so you're a weird new age. I mean, most people won't actually care. They'll just think you're a bit strange. But if you want to hide it away, then you hide it away. And you make everything look totally like vanilla or whatever the word is. And totally like normal. Now, the other issue is finding time. Well, as far as meditation's concerned, I mean, if you're like I used to be, I used to work in this company where I had this really, really crap boss, but fortunately that company had a cafeteria. And I would go there, and I'd have myself a meal, and I'd have myself a nice cup of coffee, and I'd have a stopwatch with me. And I'd sort of time myself for like 5 minutes and do literally 5 minutes worth of meditation just to chill myself out, teach myself how to focus and the rest of it. And I also do a lot of meditation in bed. Right, when I'm actually in bed, lying down in bed, can't get to sleep, oh, well, I know what I'm going to do. I'll use my time constructively. So I'll, create a mantra, and I'll use the mantra, and I'll use that to focus, or I'll practice, like, astral projection type visualizations, and so on and so forth, and see what else I can do there. I mean, a lot of, dealing with alleged spirit entities and the rest of that, you can actually do without dressing up in a whopping great robe and having candles everywhere and incense and going totally sort of Doctor Who-ish on everybody. I mean, you don't have to do that. You can use meditation. You can generate astral temples, as some people call them, which is in your visualization, which is part of your own personal mythology, your own personal spirituality. And you just find some time to go into that. And if you can't do it during the day, you do it when you're in bed. And if you wake up early, or so you got an extra 20 minutes which you can spend before going into work, you go into your astral temple-y thing prior to getting up, having breakfast and having a shit shaven shower and on all the rest of that, and getting your nice suit on, going down to work to be a normal person, a member of society again. There are ways of fitting these things in. And also a lot of personal occultism is through self-observation, like when you're drifting off to sleep, or when you're waking up, or when you take a bit of extra time for yourself in the day, or when you come back from work, or you say to your soon-to-be wife, do you mind terribly if I spend like 10 minutes doing some meditation before we have dinner? Okay? I mean, you can't have total, living in a cave life in the 21st century if you got responsibilities and family and all the rest of that to deal with. Things with chaos servitor entities you can just do through meditation. You don't need to have like, circles in chalk on your carpet and come on. And on top of that, it's difficult to get it out, shortcut it, no, it's bad. Relax. Basically, relax. You will find a way to fit some of this stuff in. Why not join a meditation class? Literally, go to a meditation class and actually use the meditation time in the meditation class to do some spooky weird shit. When you're in meditation, not drawing pentagrams everywhere and trying to be the ultimate theatrical weirdo. Alright? You don't have to do that. You know, the magic of tradition does not have to be ceremonial. It doesn't. It can be based upon meditation on your chakras, opening your crown chakra. You can visualize the various pentagrams that you're drawing and the rest of it without actually having to do anything. Anything physical anyway. So yeah, just chill out. And on top of that, what's really more important in your life? In your life. Not in my life, in your life. Hmm? Think about it. What's really most important in your life? It should be your career, your woman, your health, your money, your potential family. So, get your priorities straight. You might actually want to find it quite easy or more convenient to actually develop normal, ordinary person's religion. And when you go to a church or a mosque or a temple or whatever, you can use that to give you some opportunities to, up here, with your mind, some weird stuff. Give it a go. Anyway, that's just a few rambles of how to just fit weird shit into a normal life. Speak to you again soon. Good fortune. God bless. Chill out. Relax. Have a nice cup of tea and relax.